All right, real quick video. So to all the people out there that dirt bike riding, maybe dirt bike riding is new to you, maintenancing a bike is new to you, whatever the case may be. Maybe you're the amateur, whatever you want to say here. So if your bike is ever making a funky sound, you get home and you hear some sounds. Maybe it's sitting there idling and you're hearing a noise that you never heard before. Maybe it sounds alarming. I don't know. Don't ever ignore the problem. Don't ever ignore the problem and say, don't worry about it. I'll deal with it next time. Or I got to go riding tomorrow. I'm just going to go. I'm just going to hell with it. I'm just going to go, It's not worth it to ignore a problem, okay? It will cost you a lot more money in the long run. I promise you that. The best thing to do is be patient. And I've learned this over a lot of years with a lot of bikes and costed me a lot of money. Because full rebuilds are expensive on engines. When it comes to doing full rebuilds with engines on bikes, maybe not so much this TTR 125 here will be real expensive, but it gets pricey quick. So this thing started making a really bad clacking noise. I thought it may be a bit of rod bearing going. I knew it wasn't crank bearings going, because you hear a crank bearing when it's going, and it takes a lot for a crank bearing to go and blow an engine up. But you'll hear that sound. It'll be a continuous grinding type sound, or it's a sound that you just cannot miss. But a rod bearing going, sometimes you hear a noise here and there, and sometimes you don't. Sometimes you hear that noise in a high idle, or sometimes you hear it when it's revving up. Sometimes you hear it when you're revving it up and it's coming down on the RPMs, when you're not giving it gas, Sometimes that's when you hear it. I've experienced all different sorts of noises with a rod bearing going. This noise sounded like a timing chain to me. So I'm like, all right, I got an eBay, got a timing chain kit for it. That comes with the cam gear, comes with a chain, comes with the tensioner and the timing chain guides. Pretty cheap. Now, it's not genuine Yamaha parts, but this bike is old and it needs a rebuild anyway. A frame off, complete for all the way up rebuild. Probably needs swing arm bearings. They're probably getting ready to go bad. It needs piston and rings. It burns a little bit of oil, blows a little bit of smoke into high RPMs. So it's just not feasible for me to go out and buy super expensive parts from genuine Yamaha or genuine Yamaha OME parts right now. I figured I'm just going to let the kid ride it. I'll replace the timing chain, do a guide. I bought gasket kit for it, whatever, real cheap stuff, do it as quick as possible. So I'm in the process of taking it apart now, pull flywheel off and all that. So this is what I ended up finding. And I haven't touched these. You can see the head of the bolt was getting all bashed. This one was working its way out. It hasn't gotten bashed yet, but it was working on it. And you can see in there where it was smacking those rivets there. That's the sound I was hearing. So don't ignore a sound when you hear it. And right here you can see there's some big metal shavings in there and stuff. That'll ruin your motor real quick. If you're ever changing your oil and you start to see glitter in your oil's real glittery. It's very, every once in a while when you change your oil, what I used to do is I used to get paint filters. And I would throw it over my coffee can, put the paint filter inside my funnel, and I'd drain my oil, all right? And every so many rides, I would do that just to make sure the glitter. The other thing you can do is send an oil sample out, but that's a little ridiculous. Like I said, you can get the paint screens for when you're putting paint in your paint guns. Them are awesome. You can go to Napa and get them. I'm telling you, it's worth the couple bucks you're going to spend on those. It'll save you big hassle in the long run. I don't have it here to show you, but they're basically a super fine screen, plastic screen that's built into a paper funnel, and they're awesome. I'm telling you, go out and buy some of those and do that every now and again. Or you can always, if your bike has an oil filter, a paper filter in it, or a fiber filter, you can always get that and cut it apart and look inside the fins. You should do that every so often. Very important. So, don't be a fool and blow your bike up. Especially when it's something simple you could have done. Say your bottom end rod bearings going and you're seeing a bunch of brass shavings in there. You can pull the bike apart, and replace the bottom end, put a new oil seal kit and gasket kit in it, and pretty much put the thing back together, and you'll be fine. It'll cost you, $200 or $300 to have the crank rebuilt. Versus if you wait and your piston ends up going, your rod actually goes the day it goes and scores your bore all up, scraps your piston, breaks your valves off. Catastrophic failure is going to cost you a ton more, not to mention the rod going through the bottom of the cases. Now you got to find somebody to weld those cases or replace those cases. I'm telling you, I've had that happen on 2 strokes and 4 strokes. And sometimes it's unpreventable. But most of the time it is preventable. So pay attention to those noises. Go and get yourself some of those paint filters from Napa. I'm telling you, you won't regret it.